Hey guys, hope you're having a beautiful day. So in this video, I want to go over something that came up yesterday. So someone asked me, hey Serge, how should I go about dealing with hardship? How should I go about dealing with painful problems, painful situation in business? Okay. And I gave her a perspective that I think is really valuable. So, I just wanted to elaborate and actually, share it with you guys too. So also before I go over that, I just want to let you know that we've actually opened up the gates for you to be able to join our growth team. So if you're someone who's committed, who's disciplined, and who know a little bit about the online space and how to play it, then please, I'll probably put a link below on. I've made an actual video around everything. So if you have any questions, that video will explain everything and everything you need to do to actually apply. Okay. If you meet the requirements after watching the video, you will be able to apply. And in 48 hours, I'll get back to you. Okay. If you're qualified, of course. So what did I actually tell her when she asked me, hey, how should I go about dealing with, how should I go about dealing with problems? How do I avoid problems? Right. So my answer to her was really simple. I said, you shouldn't actually try to avoid problems. You should actually run towards problems, right? Why did I tell her that? Because the truth is, business is really simple. What business is a solution to a specific problem that is duplicated and sold to many more people who have had or who will have this problem. That's it, right? So now it makes sense that if you actually want to become really successful, deal with as many problems as possible and solve those problems. I should probably end this video right here because that's really all you guys really need to understand. It's like the reason why the common denominator with people who can't scale any business is because they're trying to avoid every problem, right? And since they're avoiding every problem that actually is coming towards them, they never end up being forced to create solutions, right? And I'll actually share with you my actual like timeline, like my actual story with business, right? And it's pretty funny, right? So last year I went all in. I quit my job. I was like, yo, it's amazing making 40K a year. It's really good. I'm living at my dad's. Everything is beautiful, but I want more, right? A Porsche is not cheap. This condo is definitely not cheap. And I don't like traveling, but I'd love to travel every now and then. Okay. So I noticed that that paycheck is not going to get me what I want in life. So I ended up just quitting, and I was like, okay, yeah, now I'm going to go all in business. And I ended up quitting. It was probably one of the hardest things that I did last year. Okay. And so I quit my job, but then I faced an issue, which is I'm starting an advertising agency. I don't know how to get people on a call with me so that I can actually sell them my services. Okay. So that was a problem. Guess what? I was all in, so I had to figure it out. I ended up figuring out. I ended up learning how to do outbound prospecting. I ended up to know how to really leverage different channels on social media to actually get attention from people. Okay. And I ended up learning how to go about hiring virtual assistants, training them, because I face another issue, which is I'm not disciplined to actually do the work. As much as I want success, I don't want to be there sending 50 DMs every single day on LinkedIn, right? I don't want to be spamming people, right? Well, today I'm happy. I'd send 500 emails in a single day or 500 DMs every single day because now I'm being incentivized to do it. But back then, I had not made a single dollar from this business. So why would I sit there and just send DMs to strangers who I think will just tell me to go F off, right? So what I did was I ended up building solutions. I ended up I solved that problem and I ended up getting meetings, right? And then I realized, well, this problem was really painful. What if I actually sold it to other people who are experiencing the same issue? That's what I did. Guess what? 4 months later, I was making 30 grand a month, right? So that's really it. So it's like, imagine if I would have tried running away from that problem. Imagine if I would just have said, oh yeah, let me just go work for somebody else, or let me just go hire someone to solve this problem. Well, hiring someone is probably a good thing, right? But you can't replicate that because you're not the one who's actually solving it, unless you're hiring someone who's really cheap and you can just go like sell him to other people and just, treat him as a contractor, right? But anyway, coming back to the reason why, you should run after problems is because if you run after a lot of problems, okay, and you try not to avoid them, well, you're going to face problems, right? And as a human, we want to chase comfort, right? So you will be forced to find solutions to these problems, right? Once you find a solution could be becoming really good with Facebook ad. It could be, knowing how to sleep when you have sleep issues, right? It could be like Jeff Bezos did last night. Last night I was in my bed and I was like, yo, it's not warm enough. I need a blanket, right? I mean, I have a blanket, but it's not. I was like, yo, I need a weighted blanket. I went on Amazon, boom, it's getting delivered in 48 hours. So Amazon solved the problem, right? So, and that's why they're making billions. Goddamn, right? I think they're making like 5 billions a week. That's pretty crazy, right? Because not only have they been able to solve the problem for just Jeff Bezos, but they were solving it for millions of people every single day, right? So now your thing is not just how can you solve it, but it's can you solve it for a lot more people, right? And why would people actually want your solutions? Well, it's because people are lazy, right? Right now I'm growing I'm scaling my growth team, right? So when I actually finalize doing it and I grow a team of 5, 10, 15 people, well, someone else will be like, hey, Serge, can you actually show me the process you leverage to do it? Because I don't want to go and, buy 10 courses to learn it. I don't want to just sit down and learn it, right? How about you just help me, give me the systems, help me, launch a few, campaigns to get the attention and to get people to apply, right? So now it becomes valuable, right? Not only is that person lazy, so he doesn't want to do it himself, but he probably wants to save time, right? Time is the most precious thing that we have. We can't get it back, right? Or sometimes people just don't have the skill set. So even if they wanted to do it, they wouldn't actually be able to do it, right? It's pure, like that simple. But the reason why it's actually even more important is, of course it's good to solve problems for others, but what's in it for you? Well, in order for you to share your insight, to share your expertise, or to do the work for others, they gotta pay up, right? So if you actually want to become really like wealthy, right? In any sense, like in any area, just figure out a way to do as much stuff so that you deal with a lot of BS, okay, with a lot of problems, and then just tell yourself every time you're dealing with an issue to like, thank God I'm dealing with this problem, because when I solve it, I'm gonna make $1 million, right? That's literally it. It's that simple. If you're currently broke, just look at yourself in the mirror, just like I'm looking at myself right now, and tell yourself, I've been avoiding problems all my life. And it's not good. And that's why I'm broke, right? And if you're currently dealing with problems in your life, be grateful for them. But don't just sit there and whine and just look at my videos and be like, hey, Serge, can I get some money from you? No. Or maybe if you do get some money from me, then productize that the process you use to actually get money from me and sell it to other people who need money. Say, hey, I've figured out a process to get money from Serge. Who wants it? People will probably pay, right? But that's really it. So anytime that I ever face an issue, right? Like, I don't even know everything, right? How to transition, how to go from making 30K a month working like a slave to, making 30K in like 2 weeks and not even noticing a bump in my workload, right? That's something that someone who's working a lot would love to learn how I did it, right? I've doubled my price. I've tripled our prices for the program, right? And I'm still making deals. Like, I'm still closing deals. Well, someone would be happy to learn how, we're able to charge 5 figures for a program, and they're only stuck selling it for like 1K or 2K and not even able to close, right? Well, that's valuable, because if I can help him 5x his current price of his program, or 5x let's say the service for your agency, well, that's the same effort to make 5 times as much, right? Wouldn't you be happy to buy access to that, right? So that's really it. So anytime I'm dealing with issues in business, I'm like, oh my God, this is another $1 million idea. This is another $1 million solution, right? And that's why I told her, hey, you should never try to run away from problems. You should go after them every single day, right? You wake up your store, ask yourself, hey, can I productize this solution? Because we're in 2021. So productizing solution and reaching the person who's also dealing with the same issue as you, it's the best time to get wealthy nowadays. Because just like, I don't even know I'm going to stick mostly to business, but like, someone is like, hey Serge, how do I access an audience? I'm like, perfect, right? Because I made a post on Facebook or in Instagram too. I showed people an example of an audience. They tried joining that audience and they didn't get access. So that's a problem, right? But people will probably be like, hey Serge, how do I solve it? How do I solve it? Well, I'm a consultant, so if you want to learn how to solve it, you got to pay up, right? Stop trying to just take advantage of me, right? And like, it's so easy, guys. It's so simple. And I can promise you that the level of success that you'll be able to achieve will be in direct proportion to how like good you are at dealing with problems and accepting them, right? And then just switching to a problem solver perspective, solving that issue, and then building a mechanism around how you solved it, finding an audience and going and selling it. That's really it. And that's why I don't really understand how people are broke in 2021, or who are running agencies, or who are running coaching businesses or consultants. It's like, are you serious? Well, most of them are just not good at acquisition, so it's another story. But if you've been able to solve something, right, you can make money. It could be losing weight. It could be how to sleep better at night. It could be how to get the girl that you love. It could be how to make 6 figures a week. It could be how to actually access an audience. It could be how to actually scale to 50K per month. It could be anything, guys, right? If you're in Forex and you want to show people how to make money through Forex, if you're running an MLM, or if you're part of an network marketing thing, figure out a way to grow in that, productize that expertise, sell it back to the people who need it, right? The time of selling done for you stuff, right? It's done, right? You don't need to be a slave to someone else. Solve a problem, productize it in video form, write it down, sell it to hundreds of thousands of people, make millions, right? But that's pretty much it. Hopefully this video helped. If it did, comment below. And by the way, go check out the hiring video that I made and apply if you do meet the requirements. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.